Yesterday, a very popular and successful streamer known as Summit was playing Pokemon Go in a public park. What followed was the entire park being closed down due to the apparent threat of a man running around with an assault rifle. Thankfully, no one was hurt, including Summit, and the threat proved to be false. It's extremely likely the threat was called in by a viewer of Summit's stream and simply wanted to fuck with him. This is a horrible thing to happen, however. Many police officers had to completely section off and remove everyone from this public park. They had to do so, assuming the threat was real, and fearing for their own lives. It was American police, so yes, they were armed with guns. And I'm not going to go off on some political debate here, but there are many examples of American police firing on innocent people while they feared for their own lives. And so this could have gone horribly wrong for no reason. It's super fucked up that someone would actually do this to anyone. The term is known as swatting, calling in the police and alerting them to some sort of threat that requires immediate action, and most likely guns. Many instances of these events resulted in SWAT teams arriving to deal with the threat, i.e. swatting. This is actually by no means the first case of this. Many popular streamers around the world have suffered at the hands of douchebags on the internet who want to mess with them, or even just prank them. These fucking idiots, man. It's scary to think about how many times this has actually happened. It's happened to people like Swifty, who's a popular World of Warcraft streamer, Cloud9's pro CSGO player Nothing, in his parents' home. They recently banned Phantom Lord, had this happen to him as well. And what's important to remember is it's not whether or not you like or don't like the people being targeted by these attacks. Many people suffer as a result outside of the one main target. For example, the police who feel that they're about to put their lives on the line, the innocent bystanders who just happen to be nearby, the families and friends who are in the area and home, as well as the target. Consider the consequences you might have on someone's health after rushing into their room and screaming at them to get on the ground while aiming a loaded gun at them. This fucked up prank is anything but a joke. And that's why I think we've not seen a worse case of this than Summit's yesterday. Luckily for Summit, whoever was targeting him for a swatting couldn't find his address. His home is not compromised like many others, but that did not stop them from trying it when he was in a public place, a place he couldn't keep safe from potential online idiots. Think of the many people in the park who too had guns pointed at them. This specific case likely had the most people involved out of all of them due to the nature of the public place. And now, Summit actually did handle all of this better than anyone else I've ever seen. Luckily for him, a viewer had pre-warned him of what was to come moments before it happened.
What?
There's cops over here saying there's a couple guys walking around with AK-47s.
Really?
Yeah, so it's probably somebody from your stream called the cops and fucking said that we're at this park.
Okay, so what?
So they're telling people to clear out of the park.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
Nope. That's what this guy said. The cops didn't talk to me yet, so.
I'm gonna keep walking.
Yeah.
There's always gotta be a dickbag of a viewer. Oh, if I can't swat somebody's house, at least I'll be able to get the cops to go to the park.
If you didn't quite catch that, Summit was warned that police were in the park escorting people out, apparently searching for a man running around with an assault rifle. Each and every person sent out of the park will likely have been sent out just like Summit was, at gunpoint, and ordered to do so slowly with their hands in the air, backwards. I can't imagine what could have happened if this caught someone with a heart condition or anxiety. But back to how Summit handled this, he discussed the possibility that this was real and was about to happen. And he explained that in this situation, you have to consider what the police are doing and what they must be going through in their own minds. These people are just trying to do their jobs and keep everybody safe. And you need to be aware and ready to follow what they tell you to do and not take it personally. Don't give them any reason to be angry with you and you'll be fine in a few moments. And that's exactly what he did when they encountered him. Once he was safe to do so, he ended the stream rather abruptly and then tweeted not long after that everything is okay and the police were fine and that he won't be streaming again that day, which is perfectly understandable. And so, from me, a big fucking well done to Summit for dealing with this so well, and I hope that he is actually okay. I understand that you have to keep a brave and professional face in light of events like this, and I mean, fuck, dude, if I was Summit right now, I don't know how I would feel about streaming in public ever again. If it's that easy to cause this to happen, where he can't actually hide signs in public places like he can his own home, I don't know if I could do it again. I don't know if I could risk it again. Let's think about the piece of shit who did this, who called in this fake threat. I like to remind everyone of the other swatters who did this and got caught. As a couple of examples, there was a 17-year-old from British Columbia who liked to harass young female streamers. He was trying to swat a few of them, he was putting out private information into the public, and he even shared one person's credit card information, which is pretty fucking awful. Thankfully, this bastard got caught. Apparently, he was a part of some internet hacker group called Lizard Squad, who were responsible for Xbox Live and PlayStation Network going down back in 2014. So he was already known to be a piece of shit by the police, and he'd actually just broken his probation, so that wasn't too wise of him, eh? But did we think this person was intelligent when he started swatting people? No. Another teenager, some 16-year-old from Ottawa, also in Canada, had made over 30 confirmed fake calls to NA emergency services. Did he actually think he was immune to the law or what? I don't fucking understand these people. He was dumb enough to brag about it as well on Twitter. He was harassing an investigative reporter for a really long time, trying to swat this person multiple times. And now he finds himself with 60 charges to do with fake threats and distracting law enforcers from actual problems and actual emergencies. As you can see, these pranks are fucking terrible. You waste the law's time, possibly resulting in awful things happening to people who actually need help, and you threaten the mental health of innocent people, whether you like them or not, and you put lives at risk. I genuinely can't understand why anyone would do this to anyone for just even for selfish reasons. This is going to catch up with you, whoever you are. Everything's traceable. Why would you do this? Let alone potentially fucking someone's life up or damaging someone's mental health permanently. Personally, I live in a house with a bunch of my friends and my girlfriend, and two of us are full-time YouTubers and streamers. My concern is that it could actually happen to us. It's not something I ever imagined possible when I first started doing this, and, I expected hate for my voice or my appearance, what I do, or maybe even how I play games. It's all happened, but this is a whole new level, and I can only hope the police of the world wisen up to this type of thing in the nearby future. On the bright side though, Summit was a really good example of how to deal with these situations if it ever happens to you, and we can all respect him for that. Thanks for listening. I hope it was interesting and informative. I know this isn't something I normally do, but it's something I really wanted to talk about. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you have a good day.